Morning, guys. Welcome to my little blog here this morning. It's Brett Ellis here from Team Attitude. As we are all kind of homebound at the moment, obviously it's the 21-day forced lockdown. We all have lots of opportunity and lots of time on our hands to reflect on things, certainly to assess where we are right now in our lives. Possibly there's a lot of fear for most of us, renting space in our heads regarding what we're going to do in the future. Will we be able to work in the normal environments that we're used to working in? How are things going to change? And how we're going to be affected by all of this. And certainly, we are cognizant of the fact that things are changing. What I do know is some wise words from Jim Rohn, who said that for things to change, we must change, and for things to get better, we need to get better. So it's a continual challenge to keep changing and changing in the way that we can be stronger and fitter. And ultimately, we're going to need to reinvent ourselves. Most of us are going to need to reinvent ourselves. We don't quite know what the outcome of this thing is going to be, how long it's going to take us, how badly our lines of income are being affected or going to be affected. But just a couple of thoughts that I have this morning, and that is, first of all, they say that the more things don't change, the more they stay the same. So unless we can understand and see change and deal with change, we're going to stay the same. Well, the truth is we need to become more in our personal leadership state, in our mental state, in our attitudes, in order to weather the storm and ultimately come out the other side, not only as a survivor, but somebody that's going to be able to prosper during the whole process. When I speak about prosper, I'm not speaking necessarily in monetary terms, but really just about growing. How do we grow? And there's lots of areas to our life that we need to grow in, 8 areas of our life that ultimately we need to stay balanced in. Those 8 areas, as you might know, are spiritually, physically, mentally, socially, family, love, financially, of course, and in the work that you choose to do or the purpose that you choose to bring. The other thing that we can think about right now is how can we use our talents and our skills to help other people? What do you have specifically that you would regard as a talent and a skill that you can use to reach out to others, to help other people, whatever it might be, whether it's your time, whether it's your finances, whether it's teaching somebody something, even if it is off just on the internet or with a voice note. Maybe you're just going to encourage somebody today, whatever it is. We do know that the thinking that brought us to where we are today is certainly not the thinking that will take us to where we need to be in the future. That was something that Einstein said so many years ago. The thinking that brought us to where we are today has changed, and it needs to change for the future in order to reinvent yourself in a way that you can actually have hope, you can reinstate your good attitude, and really just have enough faith and hope to go forward and do something that's really exciting, and ultimately using this time to look after yourself in every possible way. Remember, you cannot give that which you do not have. So look after number one, look after yourself, stay healthy, spend some time in prayer, reading some powerful stuff that's going to stimulate you mentally, give you the hope and the courage that you need going forward. I also just remind myself right now that whilst our skills are very important, our attitude is more important. 85% of our success will come from that can-do attitude, will come from that I want to do well, I want to learn, I want to grow, I want to add value to the community around me, to the people that I'm close to, and really just use the time positively. Remember that your destructive thoughts right now are exactly that. So any destructive thoughts, any negative thoughts, whilst we need to face the brutal facts and really understand what is going on around us with tuning into the important things that are going to be useful in going forward, we need to spend very little time on the woe is me, the pity, the situation, because that becomes very destructive, emotionally producing thoughts that can actually completely derail you, thoughts that will cause you to feel continually in a state of panic and fear and worry, but rather spend some time creatively writing down how you can make a difference and how you can stay true to your own value system and really grow during this difficult and challenging time. What I have noticed in the area and the environment that surrounds me is what an amazing pause this has been for nature. I'm seeing things in the little forest around me that I can see, just in the general environment, that we have literally put nature, or rather ourselves in nature, on pause, and given nature such an opportunity to reset. So for you guys out there that are also having lots of thoughts, please share them. I'm open to any tips and thoughts I can that'll help me grow in this time. But I'm spending my time doing a lot of creative writing, trying to reach out to those that I can, and ultimately grow in some positive way. Thank you so much, guys. Have a fantastic day. Cheers.